Hey guys, Kevin here from thesportsgeek.com, and in this video, I'm going to give out my DraftKings TOUR Championship picks. Alright, so before we get to the golf picks, I need to talk about last week. Amazing week for me all around. As you can see here from the pictures, just a crazy week. Never had anything like this in my life. So first we'll start with the golf. If you guys followed my videos or my emails, you guys probably heard me talking about my two $1,500 entries to the fantasy golf main event that I won. So I won these two tickets playing in other contests. And as you can see here, one of them placed closer to the top for $4,000 in winnings. The other one unfortunately had Jim Furyk withdrawal, so that ruined that right away after a couple holes. That really sucked, but luckily my other lineup came through for me. It was winning about 7,000 at one point, but Jordan Spieth didn't have a great Sunday, so I ended up with $4,000. Really happy with that since I won those two tickets. And then underneath that, if you guys follow my emails or my videos and all that, you guys probably heard me talk about this by now, but I won $100,000 first prize and a $27 entry. You can see I have $405 worth of entries in that tournament, but one of those entries got first for the $100,000 first prize. Craziest night of my life last night watching that. Not only did I win that $100,000, but I also won a ticket or a seat to the Fantasy Football Championship put on by DraftKings. So that's valued at $80,000. That's in Vegas in December. I'll be flying there with my girlfriend, maybe a couple friends, and that's gonna be wild. So if you guys want my picks weekly, make sure you click on the link in the description if you haven't already signed up for my free lineup tool. I send out that lineup tool, and I also send out golf and NFL picks weekly, so make sure you do that. Now let's get on to the Tour Championship picks for this week. Hopefully cash in again this week big. All right, so before we get started, just want to mention that these are for GPP tournaments, and these picks aren't going to be in one lineup necessarily. These are picks that I will rotate through a bunch of different lineups. As you saw on the previous slide with my NFL picks, I usually put in a handful of lineups, and then I'll rotate my top picks through all of those. So I do like the big dogs like Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy. I will have those guys rotated into my lineups as I can fit them in, but these are my main picks that aren't too expensive. So first off, we got Bubba Watson at 8,700. He finished tied for 10th last week at 12 under, had a pretty solid week. He ranked solid in all the stats I looked at this week, and he's played in this Tour Championship twice over the last 3 years, finishing T5 and 14th. And this course has 4 par 5s for him to take advantage of, so I'm hoping for some eagles and lots of birdies from Bubba this week. Next up, we got Hideki Matsuyama, $8,000. He had a solid week last week, T7, 13 under. He's had one appearance here at the Tour Championship last year, finishing tied for 22nd, so hopefully that causes him to be a little lower owned. Third pick here for this week is Justin Rose at 9,800. The thing about Rose is he might be highly owned because of his price. If you compare it to the betting odds, he's 10 to 1, and so is Fowler and Stenson. They're both right around the 10 to 1 range, and he's priced at, I believe it's $500 and $700 less than those two. So for that reason, he might be a little higher owned, but I still like him. He's 8th in strokes gained tee to green. He's a great par 5 scorer, and his last 3 Tour Championships, he's finished tied for 4th, 6th, and 2nd. So again, he might be highly owned, but he's a good price, and I like Justin Rose. I'll have him in some of my lineups. Fourth pick here is Harris English. He's one of the cheaper players at $7,000. Harris shot a first round 65 last week en route to a T19 finish. Very solid finish last week for him. He's trending upwards right now. He's finished tied for 31st or better in his last 4 events. He's a good par 5 scorer, and he avoids the bogeys. I do think he'll be a little higher owned for the lower price players, but I gotta include Harris English in some of my lineups. And my final pick of the week here is Bill Haas at 7,300. He's coming off a solid T19 last week. He finished 10 under at the BMW Championship, but he's been very inconsistent lately, which I'm hoping leads him to be lower owned. If you guys remember back in 2011, he won, so he's definitely got great vibes here. He probably enjoys the course, enjoys the tournament, enjoys the event in general, and hopefully he can win it again this year. And at 7,300, I like Bill Haas as my final pick. So if you enjoyed this video, just let me know by clicking the thumbs up button on YouTube so I know to keep making them for you guys. And if you guys want my free lineup tool, the link is in the description. If you sign up for that free lineup tool, you'll also receive my weekly picks emailed to you as well. So do that, the link is in the description. to thesportsgeek.com/lineup tool. All right, so as always, good luck with your contest this week, guys.